I'm Craig Scholes. I co-founded My Friend's Place with my good friend Steve Lepore in 1988. And it started as a 50-meal sack lunch every Friday night for several years, and then burgeoned into what it is today.
Hi! It's good to see you.
You too.
You want to come in?
Yes.
Yeah?
So I'm 33, and I first came to My Friend's Place when I was 19 years old. At the time, I only accessed services at My Friend's Place because shelters wouldn't take me. The women's shelters wouldn't take me because of my assigned sex at birth. The men's shelters wouldn't accept me because they felt that I would be a liability. My Friend's Place was quite literally the last house on the block.
Me and my mom, we didn't have the best of relationship, but you being put out at the age of 16, not knowing where your next meal is gonna come from, not knowing what's gonna happen, the struggle is real. We all know the struggle is real.
I first came here, I was pregnant, and I had nowhere to go.
I came to MFP in '06. It was at a time where the foster system just said, hey, you know, you're 18 now, you're old enough to take care of yourself, but it just wasn't working out.
I mean, if you can only imagine being a young person left to the streets, having to really find your way without much support, for some young people, it can lead to really profound self-destruction.
A lot of the homeless youth out here will sit on the freeway and panhandle. It's not because of the fact that we're all on drugs. Some of us really just don't have any help. Some of us need that help. The disgust that people have on their faces when they see homeless people on this corner, the things that they say to us, if you can imagine, and if you just knew, if people knew the person I used to be and knew the things that I've went through in my life and the things that I've seen, and I've had a suicide attempt. I've had one to the point that I was gonna jump off this freeway. But what kept me from not doing it is MFP. Me being able to come to My Friend's Place and talk to somebody being able to talk me down and talk me out of that situation. If people knew, I probably wouldn't be here right now. And that's honestly the God honest truth. I probably would not be here right now.
There are nearly 1,400 youth a year who come to My Friend's Place, and each one has their own story, their own circumstance, and their own set of needs. The thing that I think is so beautiful about My Friend's Place is that over 30 years, we have developed our program to meet those complex needs.
So on any given week at My Friend's Place, we are hosting 20 creative arts workshops. And this is really a place where, one, we are teaching young people skills, but also it's where they get to do a whole bunch of expression, of identity, of pain, of hope for the future.
When I went to the writing workshop, it was the first time that I didn't have all the noise of the outside world. And I actually began to connect with some of the trauma, rape, violence, being drugged, being brutally attacked, all of those things. And at first it scared me, but it was a comfort knowing that I had someone to talk to when I was ready to talk about those things.
I think life is pretty challenging for our young parents. Oftentimes they're challenged by the perceptions of the public not understanding why they're making some of the choices they've made. Our young parents really are celebrated.
Well, in the beginning, I came to parenting because I wanted to be a better parent than my mother was to me. I grew up in a really violent home.
Even though I'm not their biological father, I still treat them as my own, and the parenting program helped me accomplish that.
I think that MFP changed my life and made it better for me and my kids.
My Friend's Place really understands about what it means to be homeless and what we go through, whatever case may be, and they take the time to talk to us and really get to know us. I got my apartment through My Friend's Place. My Friend's Place helped me to realize that I have a lot of potential.
Ever since, finding Lily and finding the boys, I actually feel like I belong to something and I belong somewhere. So when I actually stepped into MFP, I think it was the best decision in my life.
You guys are my family. That's how I see you guys, my family.
I think I was just always a fighter. In fact, I think all of us have that fighter inside of us. It just takes organizations like My Friend's Place to help bring that out.
They want something better than they are currently being provided. And they're just looking for the support to do that. But without those opportunities and right-sized community, we're turning our back on thousands of young people. And that is just like, how could we do that? There's no reason to do that.